Chosen Vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man, Druuill, and I'm back at you again with another video. I need each and every vessel to hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to the Galactic family, the GCVs, and of course, Drew Nation. Let's get right into it. They almost got you, but it didn't happen. You realized what time it was and saw what you needed to do. They almost got you. Some of you might have just realized that you had to watch out. You had to keep your eye open. You had to make sure that you were going to turn out all right and things were going to work out well for you, like you always do. And you did just that. You really have to put yourself at an advantage. You have to put yourself at an advantage. You can't put yourself at a disadvantage. That's not going to do anything for you. Whatever way you're putting yourself at a disadvantage, that's got to stop now. That's got to stop. Putting yourself at a disadvantage is not healthy for you. That's how they almost got you. You got to protect yourself by all costs and make sure that you're going to be doing good. You have to make sure that you're the one that your focus is on primarily. Put your focus on you. Focus on you. It's not a bad thing to do when you focus on yourself. And you have to keep yourself the main focus of yourself. You can't replace anyone with that. You have to have yourself as your main focus 100% of the time. Are you allowed to focus on other things? Yes. But the things that have to get done and the things that are most important have to take place first. They have to be in that part of your mind where you don't put anything before them. You have to keep your mind on the things that are most important, the things that have to get done, your priorities, 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 priorities. And they almost got you. When things try to come in between you and your priorities, you have to take a step back and you have to analyze, what are you doing? Because time will pass, your routine will change, you will develop new habits, and you'll have to start all over again. You'll have to rebuild it all over again. And you don't want to be in that situation. None of us do. So you have to be careful of those who will get you to put the things that are important to you behind instead of you putting those things first. You have to put what's important to you first. You can't play around with that. People may play around with it with you to see how serious you are, but you shouldn't be in any of those you shouldn't be in any of those situations where people are playing around with things that are serious to you and things that are important to you. You wouldn't do that to them. You wouldn't get in the way of what they were doing or try to stop them from them doing something, but they almost got you and you got out and enough time to save yourself, so that way you can continue to work and take care of yourself and get things done. No one's going to do that for you, but they shouldn't try to get in the way of that as well, because you know you wouldn't do that to them. You would let them do what they needed to do what they love to do what they are supposed to do, and you wouldn't try to get them that way. You would let this person be happy, and you would let this person explore their creative abilities. You would let this person su- be successful. You would let this person succeed. You would let this person win. You would let anybody win and become successful. But when certain people, certain jobs, certain whoever try to stop you from doing the things you need to do so that way you can continue on the path you're on, you have to analyze the situation. No one should be trying to get in the way of what it is you're doing. No one should be trying to stop you from accomplishing your goals. And you have to keep it real with yourself and be honest with yourself and really analyze certain situations to see what's going on, to see what's happening, so that way you know what, I'm putting too much time over here. I need to put some time back over there. Well, I'm not putting enough time here. I need to put enough time there. And I understand balance. I understand balance, but you have to you have to do what you have to do what you have to do. All right, balance is important, but hard work is also very important. A person that works hard is working towards getting somewhere, and they can't stop doing that. All right, you don't allow anyone to manipulate you into thinking that you're working too much. Sometimes you're doing what you're supposed to do because you know what you're supposed to be doing, because that's what you have to do. And if you don't, there's going to be consequences. And you're going to be the only one there to help you solve problems as a result of those consequences. So you have to be there for yourself. And what's most important, you have to prioritize that, especially the work that you do for yourself. All right, because there will be some people that will try to get you to put it to the side, to veer off from it, to focus on something different, and it's not good for you to do that. It's not good for you to take time off of the things that you need to do. Don't let your dream die. Don't let your success die. Don't let your idea die. Don't let your business die. Don't fall off and die. All right. Sometimes life happens. Sometimes, things mess you up energetically. You have to get back on the horse of life. You got to pick yourself back up and staying focused. You're going to have to rebuild your discipline. You're going to have to get refocused. You're going to have to retake your time and recalculate what you need to do to get to back where you were and surpass it. All right. There's ups and downs in life. And sometimes we do things that aren't in our best interest, but we have to realize what is in our best interest, because you still have to work regardless of what type of things you experience in life. You still have to grind, you still have to work, you still have to stay focused. That's very important that you do that, because you'll only have yourself to blame. It's nobody else's fault. You have to stay focused, and you have to take account of what you're doing with your time and be responsible. All right, it's up to you. You don't have it. It's nobody else to blame. All right, it's you. You have to be responsible, and you have to get done the things you know you need to get done. All right, so don't let anything get you. Don't let anyone get you. Don't let anything or anyone distract you or take you off of what you need to do. And it's just a mere fact of this is something that has to get done. All right, it's something that has to get done. It's this isn't bashing. This isn't hating. This isn't being mad at. This isn't uh, trying to talk down on. Uh, uh, this isn't anything bad toward anything or anyone. This is just people have to be focused, and people have to really be strong minded when it comes to the things that they need to do, because if not, you'll only have yourself to blame. And you have to stay focused, because things have to get done. Time's not going to wait for you. Nothing is going to wait for you. Days will pass by, and all you'll have is excuses and time that you didn't use properly. So it's very important that you use that time properly. And everyone in your life is going to have to understand that your time has to be used properly, because you're on a mission for success, and you have to work towards becoming successful and doing your best. It's just something that you have to do. And when you don't do that, you suffer. You see how things don't work out how they're supposed to. You see how not being structured and not being disciplined can ruin your goal, or ruin your focus, or destroy your goal, or destroy your focus. And it's just a matter of getting back focus. It's a matter of balance, all right, but you have to balance out the things that you want to do versus the things that you need to do. That's the balance. You're definitely supposed to take time off and enjoy yourself and have fun, but you have to work. And some people are trying to reach a certain goal, so those people can't work a little bit and reach that goal if it takes a certain amount of effort, and they know how much effort that takes. That person that's trying to reach that goal has to work the amount of effort that they know it's going to take for them to have to reach that goal. That's what's going to have happen. That's what's going to have to take place. And anything that gets in between that is going to be a distraction, and it's going to destroy what this person is trying to do. So don't get got, all right, because your focus is imperative, to your success. Whatever you put it on, that's what your mind is going to be, that's what your mind is going to be focused on. So when you put your mind and focus on the things that you want to do to become successful, you're more likely to work on things, stay focused, stay organized, get things get things done, complete projects, do things in a timely fashion. All right, some things have to be done at a particular schedule. You may be on schedule, and then if certain things come into your life and you realize that your schedule is off, you're not doing things the way you used to anymore, it feels like you're falling off kind of with your responsibilities and the things that once were very important to you. You have to put yourself in check. And you have to put yourself in check. This is for you, because when it's all said and done, you can't just be like, oh well, I got distracted, and no, that's not important. Nobody's going to want to hear that. Nobody's going to care. The bill collector's not going to want to care. The people you have to pay rent to aren't going to care. No one's going to care that you didn't do what you had to do, and they're not going to care why, or whatever the reason is why you didn't do it. So putting things first is very important, and it's something that you're going to have to do. And if you make a mistake with it, or if you fall off with it, just chalk it up and take it as a learning experience, because it's no way of getting around it when you want to become successful. There's things that you're just going to have to do, and there's a certain amount of time that those things take, and you're going to have to take that amount of time to do those things and to do them right and do them correctly, so that way you can get the result that you're looking for. Otherwise, you're going to rush, you're not going to be able to take your time, and it's not going to have the impact or the effect that you're looking for. All right, so it's very, very, very important that you don't get got. There are a lot of people who they get insecure when other people are trying to become successful. They think they're going to be left behind. They think they're going to be held back, and they think that somebody is not going to be interested in them after they become successful. They they think that people are going to not want to be their friend, not be interested in their business. Like, say two people are business partners, somebody's not going to want to be interested. Somebody may not be interested in this person's services anymore because they may not need this person for those services anymore. But what they can do is they can still bring this person along and have them do another job, or they could have bring them on for that part of their business, hire them and have them perform that service for clients. It's a lot of ways to bring people on and into what you're doing and have success. But a lot of people are confused as to what people want to do when they become successful, and they think that a lot of people, because a lot of people do leave people behind and act like they never knew people, but not everybody has that type of spirit. So there are some people who will subconsciously try to prevent others from becoming successful, or you have people who are actually out to get you and don't want to see you become successful. They'll actually plot and scheme against your success and try to purposely prevent you from doing things that you need to do. All right, they know it's a certain time you go to do something. They think that if they can get in your way and stop you, then you're not going to become successful. But that's just not the case. They almost got you, but it didn't work. All right, you're still going to become successful no matter what. There's nothing that's going to be able to stop it. It's already preordained, and you are already focused to the point to where you aren't going to give up. All right, it's just in you. You already know what type of spirit you have. You know that you're going to be successful and eventually one day have a different life, and your life is going to totally take a 360. It's going to be made over completely, and you're going to be blessed from head to toe, and thanking God for the rest of your life, every day, 365 days a year. So, I mean, get ready for a lot of good things. It's up to you, but you have to not let anything get in the way. And we procrastinate, and we only have ourselves to blame. You can't procrastinate and expect to reach your mark or reach your destination or achieve anything. You feel it when you procrastinate. It makes you feel depressed. It makes you angry. It makes you upset when you know there are things that you're supposed to be doing, and you have a schedule and a routine and you're not doing them. It upsets you. It makes you mad. It puts you at a disadvantage because time's passing and the things that you were supposed to be doing you didn't do. So now the things you do may not be how you want them to be, or things may not turn out how you want. But it's all about you putting in the work. You may have to now put in some extra work and make up for some lost time, but everything happens for a reason. All right. Everything happens for a reason. Just continue to keep doing the same thing. Continue to keep reading, continue to keep working, continue to keep stacking, saving, doing everything you need to do, continue to keep putting yourself first and taking care of yourself, and making your dream become a reality. And everything will slowly but surely begin to fall back into place. All you have to do is continue to stay focused, all right, and continue to always pray before you choose to make certain decisions, and always make sure that when you're deciding to invest your time and your energy and your money into something, that you make the best decision you could possibly make, because certain time and certain resources, they can't be used improperly, because it may be an actual time when they need to properly be used. So always lean towards making better decisions, always lean towards doing the best things you could possibly do. This is why staying focused is important. People can go out every weekend. Maybe you need to stay in some weekends. People can go, out to eat all the time. Maybe you need to prepare some meals. People can go to the movies. Maybe you need to, watch some video or some DVDs, or provide your own entertainment. I know these are just some pretty I know those are just some examples, but it is what it is as far as becoming successful, because it's like you have to find methods and ways to entertain yourself, and also to keep yourself from going crazy, because you don't want to stay inside all the time, but you want to be able to manage what you're doing so that way you can live a normal life, still have fun, still do things you enjoy, but also not wear your resources into the ground, because you're going to feel that, and you won't get anywhere if you do. You won't get anywhere if you misuse your resources, because you're supposed to be using them and investing them and putting them towards the things that you need. All right, that's what rich people do. They get things that they need, and they don't get things that they want. All right, even though it's cool to get things that you want every once in a while, they don't need things to look rich. They just get things as they need them. They buy this, they buy that. They don't really spend too much. They use their resources wisely. All right, so just like you need to use your time. Don't let people get you. Don't let things get you. Don't let anything get you. All right, always be the one who says, you know what, I'm just gonna chill out. I'm gonna stay in. I'm gonna work on my goal. I'm gonna work on my project. I'm gonna complete some things. I'm gonna get some things done. Always put your dream first, and the things you want to do with your life first. Always put those things first. You have to put those things first. Anyone who's in your life and a part of your life will realize that. All right. They have to realize that you need to put those things first, because there are things in everyone's life that need to be put first. And the things that you're doing with your life just so happen to be yours. Your goal is what you're putting first. Your dreams are what you're putting first. Your business is what you're putting first. You have to be disciplined, and you have to be focused when you're trying to create something with your life. When you're trying to create something for yourself, it's a certain amount of time, energy, and effort that you have to put into it, and you can't play around with it. It's nothing to be played with. It's nothing to play around with when you know what you want to do and what you want to be. You are trying to establish yourself. You are trying to get yourself out there. You're trying to make a positive way for yourself. You're trying to create a business for yourself. You're trying to make a name for yourself in business. You want to be seen a certain way. You need, you need to put a certain amount of time and energy into yourself to develop yourself into who you want to be. You have to develop yourself. Everybody that's ever became successful has had to take time to develop themselves. It's something that everyone must do in one way, form, or another. You have to take time to develop yourself, because if you don't, who are you going to be? Somebody that's far behind, somebody that has procrastinated, somebody that's underdeveloped. You don't want to be a procrastinator. You don't want to be behind. You don't want to be underdeveloped. When a person wants to be successful, it eats them alive to know that they have things that they need to be doing and they're not doing them. It makes this person irritable, frustrated, angry, mad. It makes this person it makes this person just feel, it makes them feel unproductive. And when you know you have to put enough time into something and you're not doing it, you feel it, because you are falling back. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. And there are some people who say you need to have balance, but like David Goggins said, he was saying some people say that you're supposed to be balanced, but when you're working towards something and becoming successful, it takes everything you have, so you really don't have time to be balanced in the beginning. Once you create something, once you get something, once you have something, once you become someone or something, you can be balanced then. But before then, you have to put it all to the wall, and you have to go as hard as you possibly can. And people are just going to have to understand that you are going to have to go as hard as you possibly can. It's going to take a lot of your time. It's going to take a lot of your energy. It's going to take a lot of you just being by yourself. So, and spending time in solitude, focusing, coming up with ideas, and not being around people too much, because you have to have a certain amount of focus. And Even when there are certain situations that require you to have to take a break, it's still a certain amount of focus you have within that and discipline within that, so that way when you're done you can get right back to it. So you have to realize that if there's something that you want to be or something that you want to do, it's going to take a certain level of focus. It's going to take a certain level of time, a certain amount of energy, and you have to use all those things I just mentioned towards your goal. They're going to have to be used for that primarily. All right, so that's really all I have to say for this video. I'd like to thank you for watching it. Smash the like button, smash the share button. Don't forget to subscribe. It's been another YouTube special. Shout out to the chosen vessels. I will see you in the next one. Peace, love, and light. We out.